Hi everyone, thank you so much for your interest in this video series where I'm going through a quick little intro into different topics that highlight the benefit and the amazing advancement that doTERRA has continuously offered over the last 11 years now. This video is directly focusing on the sort of bigger picture with doTERRA. Most of you guys know I'm an oils lover, and I absolutely advocate people take internal oils using the supplement line, really promoting all systems go with natural products, meaning when you support your digestion, you support your skincare. When you support your emotional balancing, you support your immune system. When you give yourself hormonal support, you actually help with nervous system strengthening and emotional balancing, right? All of the systems work together. And this is what's such a cool, bigger picture, kind of the macro of the micro of using oils that doTERRA has been able to integrate and incorporate into their model as a business. As an international growing entity, doTERRA has really made a mark on how to do good business globally, uplifting and up-leveling everyone that is affected along the way, from the first seed into the ground to the moment you crack that bottle open at your house when you get your monthly order. doTERRA really uplifts every single person along that pipeline to make it happen, from our growers, our distillers, to our scientific partnerships, all the way to how they support us as wellness advocates, and to where everything is about supporting you and your family to its utmost and your most beneficial, optimal well-being for lifelong youth, vitality, and happiness. So today's focus, what I want to talk about is the latest science and the research that's happening right now. I'm not going to go too far into this because it can get pretty heady, but I do want to give you a high level to make you understand that this is not a fad. This is not something that doTERRA is like a caught on the wave of. doTERRA is the wave, right? Now, obviously, they didn't invent essential oils. There's been essential oils companies all around the world, and for decades, way back in the natural time of the hippie days, right, in the 60s, people were using essential oils. But the practices and the sustainability and the off gases and the approach through the fragrance industry has not been the most filled with integrity. So doTERRA really saw as an important gap to fill that they can be self-regulating in this industry, and they can really change the game, be a paradigm shifter and a leader in the industry, instead of just following those old practices, which are all about the bottom dollar and the bottom line, right? And no matter who gets hurt in the process. doTERRA really has changed that game. So what is one of the things I think that's super crucial for you guys to feel empowered and to know that you're getting the most pure, the most potent, and the most whole oil itself, nothing else, no adulterations, no additives, no compromising in the chemical compounds of this, is what's called source to you, right? So if you go to www.source2u.com, you can actually type in the batch number, which is listed on the bottom of every single oil. Did you know that? Did you understand? Did you know that at the very bottom it says an actual expiration date, which is a very conservative expiration date. Usually they'll last longer than what's listed. But it also has a batch number that since every oil since 2015, this is now a 4-year journey that they've dedicated to, they have all of the testing results publicly listed for you, that you can go do some research and get the chemical compounds of this particular bottle of oil in your hand. This is important because not every copaiba oil is going to be exactly the same, just like every lavender oil might have a little bit of a different smell or a different chemical makeup. It should. It's from a different plant. It's from a different species. It's from a different family, because that's how we source, right? We don't just source to make the exact same chemical smell so that you get a consistent product. We test our oils so that you get a consistent effect. Big time difference in the chemical understanding of how oils work with the body. So you can look at the batch number, go and do your research on source2u.com and get all the test results specific to that bottle in your hand, which is amazing that it's public and it's available. Now, one of the most important things that's new in the sort of advancement of the wellness industry, and I say wellness, not healthcare, because we're really changing the game to be more of a proactive approach to make wellness our game instead of treating disease or treating pain or treating emergencies. Obviously, that's a little bit harder. If you break your leg, you break your leg. It's kind of emergency, right? Essential oil might not be able to fix that so quickly. Go to the emergency room. But when it comes to more stuff like chronic diseases, like stress-related issues, like bigger stuff that we're realizing doesn't have to be treated with such invasive procedures that bomb the whole body, or like antibiotics. I won't go any deeper into that, but you can really put the whole body in an imbalanced state if you're using stuff that's not synthetic or that's not normal and organic, but that's chemically made in a lab and trying to replicate the same benefits of plants and nature, but it always falls short when it's made inside of a synthetic laboratory. One of the biggest things that doTERRA is doing right now is starting to open what's called Prime Meridian clinics. Now, this is probably one of the reasons that I got into this business from the beginning. Now, this wasn't announced 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago when I started with doTERRA. This is only in the last 2 years that they have announced that this is their next initiative. But I knew that because we were going to be moving into a game of causing wellness instead of treating sickness, that being proactive and working with a preventative lifestyle and working with your doctors to actually do the exercise that they prescribe, to actually eat a better diet that they advise you to actually manage your stress, to limit your immunity destabilization and your stress and overload of toxicity in the body. When you work with your provider and you use natural approaches to stay in balance, that is when we're causing wellness instead of treating sickness. So Prime Meridian clinics, there's already 3 opened up right now. There's one in Arizona, one in Provo, Utah, one inside the doTERRA complex where they actually treat their employees with the Prime Meridian clinic. And then there's one in Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. No, it's close to Vanderbilt. I don't know that it's in Vanderbilt. But they've worked a lot with Vanderbilt University and as well as other hospitals around the country to bring essential oils in. Use lavender, use peppermint after anesthesia, use citrus oils to just up-level the waiting rooms and emergency areas to bring a little bit more of a baseline uplifting energy and vibe to the hospitals itself, which can sometimes be a little bit, I don't know, too clean, right? What is the word? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. It's just too saturated, too clean, I don't know, too clean, too pure. It's sterile. That's the word I want to come up with. It's too sterile, right? And that can often be by adding too much alcohol or too much cleaning products, which actually like get rid of all the bacteria like an antibiotic, and we need good bacteria. So as I'm kind of talking about the hospital mode, really, I want you to think about and maybe even do a little research, because there's areas across the country that are really dense with more partnerships with doTERRA, like in St. Louis, a little bit more in Montana, obviously a little bit more in Utah where they're based. But the most exciting partnership that was just announced at 2019 convention, which has prompted me to do this video series so you guys understand what you have available to you at your fingertips with doTERRA. They have just announced that in northern Kentucky, now I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, so it's just about an hour, hour and a half away, at St. Elizabeth Hospital, they have announced that over the next year or two, as they develop their new 600,000 square feet cancer research center, the whole first floor is going to be the doTERRA Integrative Oncology Center. NBD, no big deal. They've just decided to treat their patients as humans and to treat them with their experience as number one. So that even if placebo effect is real, going in and smelling lavender oil is going to make you feel better about going to your chemo treatment if you have to, or going to radiation if you have to, or going into the scary life of what it means to have cancer anymore, and how there's so much more being out there in the science and the research of treating the person that has the disease and not just treating the disease and the symptoms itself. So the doTERRA Integrative Oncology Center is coming at St. Elizabeth's in Northern Kentucky. And there's countless other research and partnerships that are happening in the Global Botanicals Network and research universities and hospitals across the country. And this is only the beginning. But I really want you to acknowledge that more and more and more of this paradigm shifting opportunity is going to be available to you, but how you get your oils is never going to change. You're going to still be able to work with one of us as wellness advocates directly. You're never going to be able to buy doTERRA off the shelf at a store, or you shouldn't get your oils off Amazon because likely they're adulterated and you can't trust them. You're going to be able to actually, though, use the oils that you can get from your people, your wellness advocates, your local doTERRA rep, and take them to the clinic. And the Prime Meridian doctors and the healthcare providers there are going to start with essential oils protocols. That's the first line of defense. Now, each clinic is going to be a little bit different, and there's going to be telecommunications with your doctor and with your provider as you become a regular patient there. It's going to be a minimal monthly fee. All of this, you guys, is coming, and it's going to be the way that our new normal is. The next wave of healthcare and advancement is coming. And I just want you guys to feel empowered to look out for that, because they will be in every state. They will start popping up more regularly. And even if you have to travel a little bit, from Louisville to Northern Kentucky, not that far. From central, Midwest to Nashville, not that challenging to be able to access these Prime Meridian clinics. There's only a few right now, but you guys, they're growing so fast, and they're really committed to the science, to the research, to the game-changing paradigm that using natural products is offering for an entirely different approach to wellness. We're not just treating sickness, we're not just diagnosing disease, we are causing wellness. And it's through lifestyle, it's through proactive approaches and natural products. So I hope this gives you a little excitement into what's coming. If you want to learn more, and if you're wanting to geek out a little bit, again, go to Source to You. Go to the doTERRA Science blog. There's always something new that they're offering out there, and reach out to me because I can get you hooked in with more educational resources. If you just want to know a little bit more about the video series that I'm doing, please send me a message. And if you're really curious because you want to go to the latest and the greatest and the newest and the best, well, the convention kit from 2019 is out, and we can geek out together on the new products because they're game changers and they're up-leveling even what already exists in the greatness that is the whole product line of doTERRA. I love you guys, and I only want the best for you, and I don't advocate for things that I don't believe that are the absolute best. We've gone to the source. I know that doTERRA has the best practices on the planet when it comes to essential oils, and I believe that they're the most potent and the most beneficial way to use plant medicine. So send me a message if you want to learn more or geek out anytime, because that's what I'm here for, and I want to support you feeling like you know how to benefit and use your doTERRA wholesale account with the best approach to wellness that you can offer yourself and your whole family. Love you. Talk to you again soon. Have an awesome day. Namaste.